and welcome. We'll get started very shortly. All right, nice. We are live on Twitter and YouTube. So, once again, welcome everyone to this week's Collab.Land DevRel Live presented by our very own Gita. Again, so happy to have you here and so glad to see everyone in the audience. Quick note before we get started, we have a poll up for today. I hope that you guys like it. I like the end result, but I'm very curious on your opinion. So we'll get to that by the end of the call. And also during the session, if any of you guys have any questions, you can raise your hand. Let me make sure that it's enabled. Yes. Okay, so you can raise your hand to be brought up in the stage if you'd like to do that, or you can write any questions in the chat, in the stage chat, or if you have access to the Dev General chat, we'll be checking both of those for any questions that you have along the way. And Gita will make sure to get back to you on those. But all right, having said that, Gita, whenever you're ready, we can start sharing screen.
Yeah, let's get started.
Let's go.
TP, can you confirm if you can see my screen?
All right, let's see. It's loading for me right now. Still loading. Okay, I see it now. If you guys can see the screen, or if you can't, please let us know in the chat. That'd be very helpful. But it is coming through for me, so I think that we should be good. Let's see. Um. Okay. All right. We got a confirmation to the state chat. Hello. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think that we're good to get started here.
Okay, great. So, GM folks, good to be back again with one more session. So, in today's DevRel office hours, I'll be talking about a very interesting feature which is coming to Collab.Land very soon. And we'll also have a small alpha preview of it. So, global tipping is coming to Collab.Land, and it is coming through one of our partners called SKALE. And that is what we'll discuss today in the DevRel office hours. So, similar to some of the sessions I've taken before, let's discuss about the agenda of the session. So, first I'll talk about the current state of tipping at Collab.Land, and then I'll dive a bit deep into what is Scale and why we chose Scale as a partner for the tipping at Collab.Land. And then we'll have a brief introduction into tipping using Scale, like the entire user flow. After that, I will take a small time, around 5 minutes or so, just to give a bit of technical deep dive. I don't want to get too technical during the DevRel office hours, but just to be a bit, just to satisfy the engineers here a bit. So I'll have a small deep dive into how the Scale ecosystem works and how we will use Scale for tipping. And after that, actually, we will show an alpha preview, something I've been working on for the past few months, if I would say. That is how tipping will be done on the Collab.Land Discord servers using Scale. And then we'll discuss a small future roadmap of how what we have planned for the future. And then we'll conclude the session. So moving on. The state of tipping at Collab.Land. So after 2.5 years of partnering with K channels for tipping, we bid them farewell and we wish them luck on their new ventures. Community members who have locked tokens on K channels, they can use the tip balance command in the K channels enabled servers to view their balances. And they can also submit withdrawal requests to withdraw their XDAI and Polygon chain tokens to their mentioned EOAs using the tip withdraw command. So the tip withdraw command will actually ask you for a recipient address, an EOA address where we are supposed to send you back your locked tokens. And this is only available for the XDAI and Polygon chains. So you might wonder, where will the mainnet tokens go? So as for the mainnet tokens, we will be migrating to Scale for tipping very soon. And that is what the current state of tipping is at Collab.Land. So what is Scale? So Scale is the only blockchain network capable of running an unlimited number of fast, on-demand, full security blockchains with zero gas fees to end users. It's gasless. Yay. It helps in creating invisible Web3 experiences designed for fast, secure, and user-centric Ethereum scaling. I I would say, one of the best features of Scale is it's really seamless and really interoperable with EVM. So all my EVM developers out there, I would say it's a really great way to actually start working on an L2 solution because there's virtually no difference. And it is gasless. People love gasless. No one wants to pay $5 for a $10 transaction. So yeah, so Scale actually enables us to do that. And Scale also enables developers to deploy their own interoperable EVM blockchains, which they actually call app chains. So it's like a L2 sidechain which is deployed on the Scale ecosystem, and we can use that. So we currently use the Scale kiosk testnet for our testings, and the Scale Calypso mainnet for our mainnet transactions. And Scale is a fully decentralized, open source, and community-owned project. So why we chose Scale? That's the most important question, right? I'm pretty sure there are multiple solutions out there, but why did Collab.Land chose to go ahead with Scale for the tipping solution? So Collab.Land uses Scale as a fast, gasless L2 tipping solution, which enables communities to rapidly transfer tips to their fellow members. Members can deposit their tokens to the custodial wallets and then enjoy gasless tipping and later withdraw the tips to their non-custodial wallet. So as soon as you deposit your tokens onto the custodial wallets, after that, everything on the scale chain is gasless. So all the tipping you're doing, there's no gas fee involved. And then when you want to withdraw your funds back to your own, personal non-custodial wallet, then you can withdraw it to the mainnet. Although depositing and withdrawing requires some gas. This is very similar to how it used to work for K channels as well. So some of the advantages of using Scale, zero gas fees. Who doesn't love that, right? And Ethereum native, as I said, we all love EVM, and you know how interoperable Scale is with EVM. It's shockingly easy to actually deploy apps on Scale. And Scale is very fast. It has instant finality and it is very fast, while tipping users, especially people who are experienced with Ethereum transactions. They love the speed at which Scale actually sends tips to users. And it's modular. So Scale is actually very scalable. And, that's the name Scale. So, it has to be scalable, right? They have named it like that way. So it is very scalable. And just like, our Collab.Land runtime, it's fast, scalable, everything in between. So that was one of the primary reasons we went with Scale. So now, how would the ideal flow work using Scale? So, people who have used K-channel tipping in our servers or in the other K-channel enabled servers, you won't find any difference between the tipping using Scale and K-channel because it's basically a one-to-one command mapping, if I would say. So in order to use the funds or deposit funds, users can use the deposit sub command to get a deposit address, and then they can deposit some of the ERC20 tokens which they want to tip their friends with. Once deposited, it will be locked on the mainnet, and then it will be reflected on the tipping balance or the tipping wallet. And I will get a bit deep into how that locking and reflection on the tipping balance works when I go into the technical deep dive. But from the user point of view, as soon as you deposit some tokens and it is confirmed by us, automatically your balance will reflect those tokens. So if I suppose deposit 10 collab tokens to my deposit address, I'll have 10 collab tokens for tipping to other people. And then after that, as I mentioned before, users can enjoy gasless tipping on Scale, which is fast and secure. And imagine how beautiful life is when you do not have to worry about gas fees, right? And the send command is exactly supposed to do that. It will accept the amount you want to send to each of your friends, and then you can select the token, which token you want to send, because we will be supporting multiple tokens. And then you can just send away. So, I can send 5 collab each to suppose Chibi, Candy, and Nerd. So it'll send 5 collab each. So it's that seamless, and it's pretty fast actually. So in order to check the supported tokens for tipping, there will be another additional subcommand called tokens. So tokens will actually give you a list of the supported tokens, and you can use those supported tokens. Basically, when you're depositing, you have to make sure that you're depositing that type of token. So in order to know what all tokens are available on the tipping command, you can use the token subcommand. I will show a demo of the token subcommand, the balance on the tip command in the alpha preview. And once users have finished, tipping, and they might want to withdraw their funds from the scale chain to, their mainnet and then to their non-custodial wallets, then they'll use the withdraw command, which will actually burn your tokens from the scale chain, basically deduct it from your tipping balance, and then unlock them on the mainnet and transfer it to your non-custodial wallet. So, that is how you earn and you spend your tips, and any future improvements will be communicated in advance. Just to reiterate, all everything which I'll be showing today is more of an alpha preview because I'm still working on it, and we are continuously improving from feedback and everything else. So now, to explain how Scale works, I will go over it a bit. So mainly there are, let me just switch on the laser. Yes, everyone loves lasers. So there are 4 main components, if I would say. So there's the IMA agent, the deposit boxes, and the token managers, and then the scale chain itself. So whenever you want to deposit some tokens, right, what happens behind or under the hood is we take your tokens, we give you a deposit address, you deposit some of your tokens on mainnet to that deposit address, and then that custodial wallet actually sends it to a deposit box. This deposit box contract has the job of actually locking those tokens on your behalf on the mainnet, and it then replicates or mints those tokens on the corresponding scale chain. And in order to actually communicate between the mainnet and the scale chain, the IMA agent is there. So IMA agent can be very simply understood as a relayer. So it relays messages between different scale chains and the mainnet. And in order to mint it on the scale chain, the token manager contract is basically responsible for that. So an example flow of how a deposit flow works is you deposit your tokens onto your custodial wallet. The custodial wallet then sends it to the deposit box address. The deposit box address logs those tokens on your behalf. It tells the IMA agent that, hey, on scale chain 1, under this account, which is your custodial wallet address, please mint the same amount of tokens, suppose 10 collab tokens. And then you get 10 collab tokens via the token manager contract on your scale account, which is basically your tipping wallet, if I would say. And then as soon as it's on scale, everything's gasless. Go ahead, tip multiple times a day, share the love, everything. And next, when you want to withdraw, what happens is we call this token manager contract, and the token manager contract is then instructed to burn. Suppose you want to withdraw 5 collab tokens, okay? So this token manager contract is then instructed that, okay, we want to withdraw this and we want to exit to mainnet. And what happens is this token manager contract burns those 5 tokens, because since you want to withdraw it, we don't want to, have double spending on the scale chain. This token manager contract burns those 5 tokens on your behalf, tells the IMA agent to unlock it via the deposit box address, and then send it to your non-custodial wallet. And that is how it works. So scale chain is like this EVM L2, which is running parallelly to your, the mainnet, and it's basically keeping track of your tipping wallet or, your scale account, if I would say. And if you want to increase the balance in your scale account, you deposit it via the deposit box. And if you want to decrease the balance or if you want to withdraw the balance from your tipping account, The token manager in the deposit box then burns those tokens on the scale chain and then reflects it back and unlocks it on the Ethereum mainnet. And that is how the scale tipping works. Obviously, there's a lot more complexity behind how scale works, and I we can maybe take that for a different session. But this is like the overall view of how scale chain works and how tipping will work with Collab.Land and Scale. So now let's get to the alpha preview. So I have this server, and there, if you type /scale, currently there are three commands available. One is a balance, one is a send, and one is a tokens command. So let's maybe try tokens, because if you're a new user, first you'll check what kind of tokens are available. And when we try this command, it actually gives us a list of tokens. And the first part of it is actually the mainnet address, so that you know which token you are actually mapping to scale. Because obviously scale has their own internal addresses for each map token, each bridge token. But the more relevant data is the mainnet data. And you can see there's a collab symbol. So we will use the collab symbol or the token symbol to actually tip. And now let's check the balance for this account. So if I do scale balance /scale balance, it shows me the tipping balances. And you can see I have quite amount of, so this is all on Goerli /chaos testnet. So I do not have that much money on mainnet. So this is the collab balance which I have on the testnet. And let me switch to one more account which I'll be using to actually show the recipient. So this is another account on the same server. And let me check the balance for this account. So this account has a near zero balance of collab, right? So switching back to the original account, now let's try the tip command. And this is the scale send command. And the scale send command takes three inputs. So it is one is the amount, second is the token symbol, and third is the recipients. So suppose I want to transfer 10.5 collabs, so I can type the symbol name which I get from the tokens command, and then I can type the recipients. So in order to type the recipients, what you can do is you can basically mention users. So I can mention the users and the list of users. So suppose, although I just have two accounts on the server and the testing bot, but I'm just showing like how the recipient system works. So it can take like multiple recipients, and then it can send 10.5 collab to each of the recipients. So I'll just delete the bot because I don't want it to get free money. And let's just send the step and let's see what happens. So you can see that it takes some time. Obviously, it has to do a Ethereum transaction, not a Ethereum transaction, a scale transaction. So once that transaction is done, you can see the tip has gone through, and it tells you that this recipient list has received 10.5 units each of the collab token. And if I go back to the Discord instance, which I have, and if I now check the balance of this second user, it should reflect 10.5 collab. Let's see. Yay. So you can see the tip has been reflected, and it's that fast in tipping. People who have used mainnet, I am pretty sure they're happy, because this is exponentially fast than mainnet transfers. That's all I can say. So these are the current commands which we have for scale. And we are working on the deposit and the withdraw flow as well. And currently the plan is to, so I'll go back to my presentation. Let's see. So now to discuss about the future roadmap of tipping, right? So Collab.Land is always striving for innovation, and global tipping is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'm very sorry to crack that pun. I thought a lot about this pun and I had to crack it. Sorry. We have many more things to build and release to you folks, and we're trying our best not to keep you waiting long enough because even sometimes we also cannot handle the excitement of the products which we build. So here's some of the next milestones for tipping on Collab.Land. Initially, tipping will be enabled for the communities who have been migrated from K channels, as I mentioned earlier. So the communities which had K channels enabled and where users have mainnet tokens locked, initially in the first version, they will be able to start tipping using the existing tipping balance which they had on K channels, and they can start tipping via Scale. And once we're done with the exit and deposit flows, then tipping will be enabled globally for everyone to try out and send tips and make their friends happy. So the ultimate goal is to enable a global tipping command for all Collab.Land users, and that is what we're slowly advancing towards. So this was a short presentation, I know, because it's more of an alpha preview. We wanted to show you what is there next for Collab.Land and what is there next for tipping in Collab.Land. And we're really excited to migrate our tipping users from K channels to Scale. Transitioning to Scale marks an exciting new phase for Collab.Land as we extend the benefits of tipping to all our vibrant communities. We sincerely appreciate your understanding and cooperation during this transition. And we're so thankful that everyone's been patient while we transition, from one service provider to the other service provider. Developers here, they know that sometimes it's quite an extensive task to transition from one service to another. And we're trying our best. So thank you so much for being patient with us. And do stay tuned for more updates as we continue to enhance your Collab.Land experience and provide you with even more ways to connect and engage with others. So that's all. That's it for me today. We hope to see you soon. Keep exploring, keep building.
I can't put to words how excited I am about this. I was like screaming during the demo, internal screaming. This is amazing. Oh my god, I plan to do so many things with this. I'm so happy.
Tipping definitely opens up a lot of prospects, especially for communities, creator communities, where the viewers or the audience want to congratulate or give some token of gratitude to the creators.
It sure it like you can do so many things with this. This is gonna be so fun. Great demo, great presentation. Thank you so much, Gita. I have two questions for you, if that's okay. And if anyone else has any questions, please drop them in the chat. We can get to them right now, I think, if that's okay with you, Gita.
Yeah, sure. We can handle questions. That's for sure.
So, okay, so you were showing the demo. You mentioned that you can send tips to multiple recipients at the same time. Is there a limit for that, or can you send to as many people as long as you have funds for it?
So funds is definitely one of the limits. That's for sure. And regarding the recipient list, I am not sure. I need to research more on this, but it's only if Discord limits the characters. So, as people might know, that technically each user name is actually mapped to a user ID, and that actually is sent as a text form when you're accepting Discord commands. So, if there's a limit for that, then your recipient list might get truncated. But from our side, there is no limit. But if it is, it's probably on Discord's side. So we can't do much about it because usually there is
Yeah.
a text limit for any input which is given to Discord. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess it also depends on the Discord safety configuration that you have, because sometimes if you tag more than whatever number of people, the message will get blocked. So yeah, I guess that depends on each server's configuration as well. But we'll look into it later. Again, so exciting. I had another question. What are the coins or tokens that are going to be supported by this? Does it depend on the community that has access to or that will be able to use tipping and their coin, or do people request for coins to be added, or is there a specific list that's going to be supported first, or do we know how that's going to
Uh,
work just yet?
So, for the first version of the tipping, as I mentioned, which will be enabled for the already K channel enabled servers, those are already pre-mapped, or they're already bridged to scale. So there's this whitelist which we already have in our database, which will be enabled initially, and everyone can check that whitelist. Like all the K channel enabled servers, they can check the whitelist through the tokens command. After that, in the second version, we might want to open up, maybe requests, and we want to probably accept requests from communities that please, enlist my coin. We can do that. That is not at all an issue, but we do have to, bridge it from mainnet to scale. So yeah, we can, once we're done with the global taping and the entire flow, maybe that's something the community can provide feedback to us if they want some initial set of tokens to be mapped, other than what is already there due to K channels.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's so exciting. Thank you so much, Kira. Just checking if anyone else has any additional questions. I may have
And
another
just
one if
wanted
that's
to,
okay.
yeah, sure. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention, Nerd actually mentioned some of the tokens in the chat. So if people are excited, like he mentioned some of them, I think we have around 27 tokens which are going to map in the first version for the K channel enabled server, and 27 or 28, something like that. So, and Nerd has
Nice.
mentioned some of the common ones. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Those are plenty. That's good. Nice. Yeah. Last question from me. So the first commands that will be available are the ones that you showed. So to send, to check your balance. I believe there was another one,
Yeah,
but those are gonna be
the
the
tokens
basic
command.
commands. Hmm.
So there'll be
Nice.
three commands available, just to reiterate and tell everyone. So there'll be one which is the tokens command. So slash scale tokens, that will return a list of the current available map tokens on scale, basically
Nice.
which you can transact with, because the send command actually expects the token symbol as an input. So in order to see the list of tokens supported and their respective symbols, you have to use the token command. Unless you know the token symbol by heart and you can just type it in. So, and the third command is the balance command, which will basically show your tipping wallet balance.
Hmm. Cool. It would be super cool in the future if some commands could be added, like to split a tip between like the amount of members that you want to send a tip to, or to make like small. I've seen in other bots the option to put an airdrop kind of thing. So you use airdrop command, you put an amount of um, tokens that you want to distribute, and everyone who clicks the button can enter the airdrop, and then it's going to be distributed by all of them. Or to make giveaways, and so people can enter the giveaways by putting a small amount of coins, and then someone wins the giveaway. Oh, there's so many opportunities here. That's going to be fun to explore in the future.
Yeah,
Or
there's
rains,
definitely
yes.
a lot of opportunities out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I'm so
similar to the
excited about
grab
this.
command, we can have something like scale rain and then some
Yes,
phrase, magic phrase.
that'd be so cool. Yes. But honestly, even having um, like the ability to send someone a tip is huge. Like I, I can't wait to be able to do that in here in the server, because it makes everything so easy. Like if you want to make a game or something and just send tokens as rewards, it's so easy to have a bot in the server to do that. So really, really looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, definitely excited for the launch.
Mhm. Nice. Really appreciate the demo. I think it's the first time I see this, everyone. So you're really getting the alpha right now.
Yeah, perks of being a community Collab.Land community member, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like you get to see things in here first, for sure. Nice. I think we are all set to give the bow up. So, what do you think, Ida? Is this a good time to do that? To get to the
Yeah,
bow
if
up?
we do not have any more questions, I think it's great. Let's start distributing co-apps.
Nice, let's go. So, for you guys in the audience, and you, Gita, of course, in order to claim today's bow up, we will be using the POAP Miniapp as usual. So that's slash command POAP claim. And today's claim phrase is scale. So use that one word, all lowercase. Let's spell it in case that's helpful. So that would be SKALE. Scale. Once you write it down, hit enter and you'll receive a code to claim your POAP. Once more, and let's see if I can send the command in the chat because I think that's easier. There we go. So if you check the state chat, you will see the last message that I sent is a command that you can click, and that should allow you to use it as well.
Oh, I love the
Otherwise,
co-app art. It's so
yay!
nice.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that you say that because I was looking for inspiration yesterday and thinking about this whole tipping thing. I just came up with that, but it's so nice that you mentioned it. So thank you. Chibi appreciates it. Oh, let's repeat it one more time, just in case that anyone missed it. We're using the slash command POAP claim. So you write that down in the chat, in the general chat or state chat. Any of those should work. And the claim phrase is scale. SKALE. Once you write it down, hit enter and you'll receive a code to claim your POAP. Oh, I'll plan it. I'll resend that for you. There we go. Yay! Training collab coins. Oh, all right. Thank you so much, everyone, for claiming. If anyone's having any issues with claiming the POAP, you can let me know because I have additional codes that I can send you directly if you're having any errors or issues or anything. Okay. All right. I don't see any questions. Maybe let's wait one more minute just in case. If you guys have any additional questions, please write them in the chat. Right, I see. Please phrase again. So the claim phrase is scale, SKALE, all lowercase, with no spaces or anything. Scale, SKALE. Please let me know if that worked. This would be for Math G. Awesome. Let's go. When tipping.
Now you should make a wall art of the co-apps you have got. All the Collab.Land co-apps. It will be a
Oh,
very
that'd be
cool
so.
idea.
Yes. I sure have some favorites. Oh, that'd be so cute. Ace is just really cute. Like wherever you put him, I just find it really cute. Cute little robot. Right, let's see. Nice, it worked. Amazing. Well, I think that we are ready to wrap things up. Thank you again, Gita. This was amazing. Like you just made my day, probably week. So thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching. It really
Thanks
is
everyone.
fun presenting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also for anyone watching on Twitter and YouTube, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, people.
Thank you, Gita. Amazing presentation. Looking forward for the next one. Bye, everyone.